Yeah.
Hi.
And then there was one.
What happened?
Frank Beard passed away today.
I didn't know that, man.
The drummer from ZZ Top.
Okay, gotch. Oh, man. Is that why you're honoring them with your shirt?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
one of the greatest Texas bands that ever lived. Three-piece.
Yeah, and they were so tight, you wouldn't even know that there were only three.
Uh-huh. Dusty Hill died a few years back. Mm-hmm. And then Frank Beard died today.
I didn't even,
They were on tour, and I had just read that they had just canceled some shows because he was under the weather. So I don't know exactly what happened, but all these people dying, you know what I mean?
Which is why you should always see whoever you want to see, because then you're like, man, and this is going to sound... So Lou Rawls was going to be in Harlingen. This is a long time ago.
You'll never find.
Dune. Talking about yacht rock.
Yeah.
And then I got like, oh, well, man, another time. And then he died. And I was like,
man.
oh, no. I could have seen Lou Rawls in Harlingen, Texas. And here he is.
Hey.
Welcome to Yacht Rock on hashtag PVT. And this one's going out to all the ladies tonight.
Oye, Rick, as I get older, me estoy entrando más al yacht rock, yo, carnal. Antes era puro rock and roll y heavy metal y la chingada. Ahora es puro yacht rock, carnal.
It's like the Whataburgers you used to eat when you were a kid.
Hey.
Kind of got acclimated to steak.
Yeah. In my case, it's Mr. Q, and now it's Whataburger. Remember Mr. Q?
Yeah, I remember that. Quizada was a gentleman's last
Mission, Texas, the luau,
The
papa.
luau, that's right.
Mission, Texas. Rick is running for mayor in Mission, Texas, man. Aquí está con nosotros.
Rick Salinas.
One of the most beautiful cities in the Rio Grande Valley and attached to Sherryland, right? Sherryland. I always wondered about that, Rick, because it's Sherryland and it's Mission, but Sherryland is Mission, right?
It's a misnomer, right?
It's a misnomer.
How did that happen, man?
I don't know what the history is behind that, but I think it's part of it's got to be connected to the family.
Mm-hmm.
The old John Sherry, and that's why I think it was probably tribute to the fact that that they had so much citrus business in that area, right?
Clout.
But
was there a time when Mission was its own entity and then Sherryland was its own, or it's
never.
always been together?
It's always been together.
So what started first, Sherryland or Mission? That's interesting.
I don't know.
right?
Mission was named after La Lomita, the little tiny mission.
Oh, that's right.
Right by the river.
Yeah.
That's where I go to mass every Friday
San
morning.
Luis Park y todo eso.
Rick,
That's a good question. I mean,
that little tiny church there in Mission.
Yes.
I go to church in Mission because I like La Lomita because it was established in 1865 or whatever.
sometime around there, but Rock, it's a good question because we're always asking ourselves what came first, the chicken or the egg, right?
Yeah.
So
What did come first? There's no answer to that.
Sherry or the Mission, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I would probably venture to say if I had to take an educated guess, it would have been Mission, Texas.
I would think so because those missions.
Yes.
I mean, we went to go perform at a town called San Elizario by El Paso, and there was a church there from the 1700s.
Yeah.
And it's right by the river, man. And it was really, really interesting to be in that little town right by the river. And we headlined a motorcycle rally at 5 p.m. And pues, we're over there playing rock and roll, hablando inglés y la chingada. Y ahí, de repente, que las gracias a todos aquí en El Paso, San Elizario, por pasando por aquí, que esto, lo otro, que la chingada, que esto, lo otro. And then I get off stage and some people from Juárez are like, hey, güey, no sabíamos que hablas español y que esto, lo otro. But it's crazy.
Here's the answer from the fancy schmancy internet.
Fact check, vato. Tenemos
Here
fact
we
check.
go.
ChatGPT, carnal.
Give us a drum roll, please.
The wind chimes.
It
The wind
says
chimes.
here, It says Mission, Texas, founded by Lou Rawls. Wow. I cannot.
That's why he was down here.
Por eso no la hizo el vato, carnal.
I know. It says Mission, Texas came first. Mission was founded in 1908 and incorporated as a city in 1910.
Okay.
In contrast to developer John H. Sherry, did not arrive into the area until 1912. Man, that was pretty damn
That's
close.
close.
Yeah.
Right.
So, Mission 1910, John H. Sherry 1912.
Wow. We learned something
You
today.
learned something new.
I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, watch you from all over the world. we're educational here, right? So we got a professor right here. You just checked everything out.
Rick, before we move on too much, you do like yacht rock, correct? And
Yeah.
this style of
we
romanticism
we
and
grew up with it.
yeah.
That's why Rick goes to HEB all the time, bro.
Right.
Check out the yacht, right? Yeah, I was thinking the other day when I was at the supermarket, I was thinking, man, I'm getting old. I'm enjoying the music here,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh, let me slow down and eat some grapes.
No, when you start shuffling and pushing the cart, making faces. And
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
Do the hustle.
stuff. I think I'm going to take an extra round around the store just for the song.
Man. And then Sherry was like the first guy that ever brought palm trees down here, right?
Yes.
Because
that's the story.
That's a story, but is it a fact? Do you know that if that's a fact? Because
I heard it was a marketing gimmick.
apparently there weren't palm trees here in the Rio Grande Valley.
Palm trees are not native
They're
to
not
the
native.
valley.
Yeah.
Well, but remember, McAllen is the city of palms.
Well, yeah.
So McAllen would also have been, I'm assuming, using the principles of reasonable deduction and logic. We learned that in
Está
on the
hablando
street.
como abogado.
I know.
Can you say
subtitles, please?
I
Can you say that in English?
I'm going to try to. Okay, but I would just think, McAllen was big on palm trees. Big.
Well, sure. Yeah, it's marketing. I mean, it's
Well,
a
they're all
gimmick.
over now. I mean,
Yeah.
Sherry brought them from who knows where. Are you fact checking that right now,
is,
baby?
yeah.
I remember Dr. Guajardo said
Yeah.
that they are not native to the valley, and I want to say they brought them over from Florida.
Yeah.
But I'm going to check.
And by the way, everyone out there, we're not actually a valley. We're a delta.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
That's also another.
Por eso Delta Lake y la chingada.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, ladies and gentlemen, puro master's degrees aquí.
Y'all are taking notes because there's going to be a small test
Yes.
after the.
Yes.
We've got 3 master degrees here and 3 GDs right here. So we appreciate you. We thank you. We're going to get the best education you can get around here.
There you go. Woo.
Yeah, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking to Rick tonight, man, because me and Rick, we have a history. And we used to be rivals, as a matter of fact. We'll tell you more stories about
Friendly
Nah,
rival.
not friendly rivalry. Como
Friendly
que era tú sabes.
rivals.
We'll let you know about what was going on. And we've got pictures.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, the pictures
Oh,
are
we've got
classic.
pictures.
Yes.
We've got pictures, so don't go anywhere. But we want to thank Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women. We're 60 years old. We, sometimes get sluggish and a little tired, and we start losing that testosterone. You go in there y pues chihuahua, te entras un testosterone, cállate la boca y deja la casa dándole una revolqueada a la baby dog. Asústame. 956-441-2188. Ya no te va a dejar ir a la tienda sin los huercos. Porque she's not going to trust you because she's going to feel that testosterone coming out of your skin, daddy. ¿Entienden la onda?
and a seep.
So you give them a call y tienen un producto adult movie star status, carnal. Cállate la boca.
Oh, boy.
Tu señora se va a hacer tóxica y si es religiosa se va a hacer tóxica, carnal. ¿Entienden la onda?
She's going to need hip replacement surgery.
Se va a levantar en la mañana andando como una cabrita recién nacida,
Oh,
papá.
boy.
Asusta. Undertaker eyes y la chingada. Todo ese pedo, carnal.
Hey,
Asusta.
Rock, guess who I saw at Dr. T's?
Hey.
Her,
Hey.
her name is Riley.
Hey. I did see him there.
Yeah.
I ran into him.
So we're not just talking, we're clients, ladies.
Yeah. This is the results, brother.
I guess.
You're looking at them, baby.
Congratulations. You could look like this if you're lucky.
Yeah. No, ladies and gentlemen, go by, give them a call, get your appointment today. I also want to thank Nisi Auto Sales. We got to thank Eddie and everybody from Nisi Auto Sales. We got a little video we took on the lot the other day there in Mission. El inventario está grande. You just received some inventory in Rio Grande, ¿verdad?
Así es, ya viene, llega a Río Grande, pero ya viene para acá, para Mission.
Dicen que donde llegó el troque con los carros se vendió uno
Se
de
vendió
volada.
uno, así es.
Oye, me asusta, me
bajándose de
aguanta.
ahí. Y bueno, gracias a Dios, Nisi Auto Sales hemos logrado poder ayudar a la gente. Cuando siembras cosechas, at the end of the day, eso es lo que está en nuestros corazones aquí en Nisi Auto Sales. So, de donde quiera que nos veas en el valle, aquí tenemos sucursal en Mission. Estamos en el 1512 East Business Highway 83 por la 83 vieja. Estamos en Río Grande en 4501 North FM 755. De donde quiera del valle que nos estés viendo, dale la oportunidad a Nisi Auto Sales. Call me a mí personalmente. Yo te voy a ayudar. 956-500-2040. 956-500-2040. Y aquí en Seattle Sales, junto con PBT y todas las familias, nos unimos, pero al final del día, para ayudar a la gente.
That's right, Eddie. Toda la familia Garza, muchas gracias. De La Grulla, Texas. Also want to thank Ron Hoover in Odessa, our friends and sponsors from Odessa, Texas, Anthony Patterson. They've got a tax-free weekend going on every weekend of the month. You go out there, you're going to save up to $3,000, $4,000 on your RV. And if you like camping, you like fishing, you like doing all that kind of stuff, getting away from, humanity and taking your wife, your doggy, or your family, this is a place to get what you need. Ron Hoover, Odessa. Tax-free weekend event every weekend in the month of August. Órale. Also want to thank Rody's Country Fried Chicken, Eagle Pass, Texas. You go by Eagle Pass, go to by Kickapoo. Donde salgas de Kickapoo, dale para la left and to the right, vas a ver Rody's Playland. Ahí te van a hacer un pollo, unos gizzards. Vende aquellas, así como los que hacían ahí en Mission, Texas. Ahí en Mission, Texas tenían Sergios, ¿no? Ahí por la Conway.
Yeah.
Ibas y te inventabas un pollito y unos gizzards, unos burritos. Man, it was amazing. They had one in Mercedes, too.
Yeah, yeah, they have one near the old Mission Dry Goods store.
Yeah, man, yeah. And so those are the little hole-in-the-wall mom and pops. Those are the best in Rody's, Rick Rody's and the rest of the Rodriguez family there in Eagle Pass. They know how to take care of their people. Thank you so much. Yeah. So me and Rick's a rock and roll singer, dude. Did you know that, Chaz?
I didn't know his history until you sent me the photo that you're going to eventually show.
They were the pretty boys, dude.
Yeah.
You know, they were the pretty boys. Y pues nosotros éramos los feos, carnal. ¿Entiendes la onda?
They were in the spirit of White Lion, right?
Sí,
Yeah.
Pon el picture, babe, para que miren a Rick cuando
A
está
ver.
chavalo.
He should bring back this look.
Mira, he's
Wait,
the one on
which one is
the
he?
bottom left, man.
Oh,
Pinche rock star
the
status, no se
hair?
vato, se-
Oh my goodness.
Imagine him in court like
How
that.
did you get that?
But the guy next to him, Mike Biescas, he's the one that got all the
Yeah.
girls, right, dude? He's the Mike. He was
No
watching
doubt.
Mike Biescas.
Yeah.
He did? He did, right?
Yeah,
What?
man, he was the drummer, bro.
Oh.
I'll let you
Okay,
take a
wow.
wild guess who the guy got.
Yeah.
Who was the guy that got all the girls, right?
Yeah. El lead singer,
The
güey.
lead singer.
Of course.
Of course, man.
Now, had Mike been the lead singer, regardless of how he looks, he would have gotten all the girls.
Hell yeah. Because Mick Jagger's
Yeah.
an ugly mother.
Yeah, that's right.
Rick, give us your rundown. What was your a couple of your set?
Wait. Before that, I want him to give us the name of the other guy.
Oh,
the
yeah.
The guy
Rundown.
with the long curly hair is JJ, right?
JJ,
Is
Chapa.
¿Qué le pasó a JJ, bro?
JJ, I think, went to the Edgewood School District out of San Antonio. He continued to play. He probably still does.
Uh-huh.
He was a former member of Trix in the
Yeah.
70s.
Con
early
Miranda.
on. Con Eddie Miranda.
Eddie Miranda también.
Eddie and Malcolm Miranda. And,
Yeah.
Frank Romero was a bass player.
Sí.
A tremendous bass player. Frank was, unknown because stood in the back, but he was a tremendous bass player. JJ was an excellent guitar
Sí,
player.
está desgraciado.
Very, very good.
Very conscientious of what notes he was hitting and all that. He was one of those
He's
guys.
the guy that had
Perfectionist.
the $2,000 guitar back then was,
Whoa.
I think it was a Charville or
That's a
Jackson.
lot now.
Yeah.
Back then it was a 2000. It was a Jackson or a Charville.
Sage
that he
Jackson?
Played with. Yeah.
Oh, the
So
Rat.
nobody could touch it. He was a very good guitar player. Very
And
good.
then next to him,
Is
he also
our-
became an educator too, ¿verdad?
He's our city commissioner in the
Ah,
city
sí,
in the
también.
city of McAllen.
Órale. Yeah.
Rolando Rios.
Yeah. Bass
Yeah.
player.
Yes, a commissioner in our old district number 3 in McAllen. So
Yeah.
for everybody out of precinct 65, La Lincoln, Seguin, La Alvarez, I mean that whole area there.
Tenemos esquina.
Tenemos esquina. That's right. We didn't come alone, baby.
And you always had one guitar. I thought you had two guitars. Your brother was a guitar player.
He
también
was,
with
but
the
that was
band.
with a different band, and every once in a while I played the guitar as well. But playing,
Was it Tusk?
Tusk was
That
the name
was
of the
another
That was
band.
another band with Ernie Guerra.
Yeah, but Ernie, he was he lost his life. I don't know.
He lost
We were
his life.
young.
He was the brother of Melissa Guerra and
Uh-huh.
Betty Guerra.
And the son of one of the pioneers
That-
of Conjunto.
Yeah, Ernesto Guerra Sr.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
one that played el acordeón.
Sí.
Yeah.
Y quién sabe qué pasó ya yendo para el pueblito que está en la curva allá yendo Panzaldúas. ¿Cómo se llamaba el pueblito ese? Madero.
Madero, yeah.
Yeah, they found him. I guess he had taken his life or something
Something
like
like
that back in
that.
the day.
Yeah. And Madero is very close to me. And in fact, during this political season, we reached out to them because I've called them el grupito de los abandonados. But after November 3rd, God willing, everything goes good. We're going to bring those guys back to life.
There's so much potential here in the
Yes,
valley, bro.
there
For
is.
a lot of areas.
There is.
I mean, I think this place is bustling with business. I mean, the economy. I go everywhere and the restaurants are packed. You go down the expressway. Sherryland has become a major hub for Mission, man, right?
Well, it's yes and no. I think one of my biggest criticisms has been not that it doesn't have potential, but it's been the mismanagement of certain things, right? Whether it's infrastructure or monies, right? So that's one of the big reasons I'm running, and I'm sure that some of the other candidates may see that as well.
Yeah.
But potential is there.
Yeah.
That it's always been there. That it's not been led the right way. That's a separate.
And that's
question.
what you want to tap into, man. You want to tap into bringing it up to the best, man. ¿Verdad?
That's right.
Pues
And
tienen hospital.
we got Mission Hospital but right down the road we got the Heart Hospital, and McAllen also provides the old McAllen Medical. Then Regional Hospital, very reputable hospital, and last but not least, a very worthy hospital, DHR. But we're still lacking in some things, but we're so close to our sister city to the east, which is McAllen, so we lean on them a lot.
Yeah. We'll talk a little more about that, but let's get back to the band over here. So the band's name was
Gypsy Rose, baby.
Gypsy Rose.
In honor of Gypsy Rose Lee, the first American, female dancer, if you want to call it that.
Right.
Yeah.
And what was your set list? What did you love to boom, hit it?
I don't think we had anything in particular, but we did engage a lot in our own songwriting. A lot of that was done by me and some of the other guys, because I think Rock will tell you that everybody was playing everybody else's cover songs, right? But it took a special band to write their own stuff, right?
Yeah.
So we tried to engage in that because we didn't feel there was a way out without writing your own stuff, and then.
But you did covers also.
We did covers too. Yeah.
What were the covers that you liked?
I think one of the best cover bands that we covered was I used to love these guys, man. Was Grim Reaper.
Oh, See You in Hell.
See You in Hell. Yeah.
Those are high notes, really.
This guy had a high voice.
Yeah.
See?
Oh my.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
And I can't believe you're going to perform that tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Tonight.
We are so...
Once the EMTs get here and the paramedics, we'll be ready to go.
Clear!
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
See.
And let's see. Let's hear a little bit of...
Oh, I was looking for it, man. Maybe it's around here somewhere.
They had the other song that was very, I'm not going to use the word eclectic. Yeah.
Oh, here he is. Rick Salinas, only vocals.
The guitar right there.
But the voice is tremendous.
Yeah. Estaba feo el vato este.
Yeah, pobre vato.
Sí.
Cada rato salían en Beavis and Butthead,
Yeah.
bro.
Se guachaba un more pig.
Simón.
Yeah.
Pobrecito, pero sacaba la daga. Así éramos nosotros. They were the pretty boys y nosotros éramos los feos. Pon el picture de nosotros, babe, para que
are you
miren
sure?
qué
Are you
tan
sure you
feos
want me to
están.
show?
We're the
internet's going to
Here
crash.
it is.
We're the ugly bastards, man.
my
Sí,
goodness.
no,
feo de
What?
madre, vato.
What is happening?
Now put their picture next to us, right? I mean, para que sepan,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, estos vatos estaban bien hermosos. Nosotros estábamos bien feos.
But Rock invested in leather chaps.
Mira.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Y pues no teníamos ni feria para hairspray o ni una chingada. Tiene la onda.
Rick, what are you
Spandex.
looking at? Rick Salinas looking up into the sky.
Believe it or not, those, at one point, we were being represented by a lady named Deborah Stray. And I don't even know if she's alive anymore, but she had some. We used to call her mom because she had a something called Moods of Music up in Austin. So those were actually photographs that she put together. Yeah. So
to promote you guys.
to promote us, yes.
So you've been in Mission all your life? You were born in Mission? Or?
No, I was actually born in Littlefield, Texas, baby.
Littlefield.
Littlefield.
You know who else was from Littlefield, Texas?
Who's that?
Waylon Jennings.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
that's
And it's
true.
close to Lubbock.
Yes.
And he became Buddy Holly's bass player.
Yeah.
And he was on the last tour with Buddy Holly. And he gave the Big Bopper his seat in the plane. And Buddy Holly went into the bus and told him, why did you give him your seat? This is for the band for us to get there and get some rest in the next show because the buses kept freezing over. And he said, well, I'm going to go ahead and go on the bus. So then Buddy Holly told him, I hope the bus freezes over, dude. And Waylon told him, well, I hope the plane crashes. Yeah. And it did, and he couldn't get over that for a long time.
He carried that for a long time. I saw that in the documentary.
He was in I have a DVD. I still have it. It's called The Highwaymen, and it was him, Chris Christopherson, Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
And you know those DVDs, they would come with some extras.
Yeah.
And there was an extra DVD, and it's just them in the studio cleaning up after they were done with the recordings, and there's just a camera rolling, and Waylon tells Willie something about South Padre Island. And they start talking about South Padre Island, and then Chris Christopherson said, that's by Brownsville, because that's where he's from.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so Waylon turns around and says, hey, man, speaking of Brownsville, you know, when I was a kid, we lived in McAllen. And my dad would take us to Matamoros, and he bought me this little guitar in Matamoros, and I love that thing.
And did you freak out?
No, me caí del couch, güey. Wow, vivió en McAllen este vato, bro.
And he was like, man, I loved Rick Salinas' music.
Yeah.
Littlefield, Texas, man.
Littlefield, Texas, my parents were actually up there working. The whole family was.
Yeah.
And my dad got a job as an orderly, believe it or not. And then
An orderly, ¿qué quiere decir eso?
Like at a hospital.
Oh, okay.
So
they're in Littlefield?
They're in Littlefield,
Okay.
and their first friends there were a couple, a black couple in that area that took them in and kind of took care of them until they were able to get it together, and then they just came back.
Yeah.
You know.
So you all are from that area?
No,
or you were from here but migrated up there to work, and that's when it happened?
Starr County, and that's where I was born.
Oh, Starr County.
Both of my parents were from Starr County.
So your roots are in Starr County?
Starr County,
¿Qué parte de Starr County there?
My dad was right outside of Sullivan City in La Grulla, and then they went to school in Rio Grande. My mom is from El Garceño, Roma, that area.
Okay.
Que viva Garceño, ¿verdad?
Sí.
So she actually spent a lot of time in Rio Grande as well with some an aunt and an uncle, but they went to school together right there in Rio Grande City. That's where they graduated from.
Sí.
So,
did you go there?
No. You're not going to believe it, man. People think that I went to school in Mission. I didn't. I spent a lot of time in Mission when I was growing up, but I'm actually a Bulldog. I graduated in 84.
So you were here at the Mac High?
From Mac High, man.
Órale. Yeah. Yo fui pa Mission High for like 2 months, man. Me corrió Zapata, carnal de volada. Sí. Y de ahí me metieron en un class, estaba un mato que se llama Ocañas. Era un teacher, un history teacher. Y estaba un vato que se llamaba Fred y otro que se llamaba Monty. Eran bien cagapalos, bro. Pues fui les di competition, pobre maestro, los tres. I ended up in every day one of us would end up in the office. And antes que me dijo Zapata, ¿sabes qué? Ponle, carnal. You remember a guy named
René
Parrao?
Of course I do.
He was a guy that I was living with him in Mission.
Yeah,
and
René
his family
Parrao,
on Huizache.
Yeah.
And
he had a sister that I think was a pageant winner or something like that.
Yeah. Daisy.
Daisy, that was her name. Yeah.
Daisy and Maurice.
And,
And so anyway, he ended up becoming a doorman at the Big Apple.
Yeah, that's right.
And so he lost that job, and I gave him the doorman job at the Carousel.
Yeah. Super fucking cool guy, man.
Yeah, and he named...
Sorry for the profanity, but that's how cool that guy was.
Yeah,
He's a super fucking cool guy.
Named me Rock and Roll James, bro.
Yeah.
Ese que me dio el pinche nombre, vato.
Had a Jeep, ¿te acuerdas?
Yeah.
Drove on a Jeep.
Me and that guy, man, we had some crazy times,
dude, and
man.
you wouldn't believe it because he was always dressed like $1 million, and you say, man, this guy can't be for the hood, man. You know.
Yeah.
And you started to talk to him, and he warm up, and oh no, man. This guy's just like me, man.
Yeah. No, and well, he was my legal guardian in Mission, bro.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
Woo!
And he had quite a reputation. He
Yeah,
had
he
left
did.
in school,
Yeah,
you know.
man, yeah.
He was considered "Está loco, pinche René."
Yeah, he was
But
super. I don't know where he's at, man, but
he's
a
in
little shout out.
Colorado.
Is he?
Yeah,
Wow.
he moved to- But he worked with the county for a long time.
For a long time,
you know,
dude.
he was doing seminars and stuff like that, conferences. But
Wow.
I'm a good guy, man.
Good guy, man.
Yeah, and from Mission, Texas. So
From
then I
Mission,
went
Texas,
to
yeah.
Mission High, and pues me corrieron after 2 months. Resulté en Harlingen, chinga.
I had no idea what they kicked out of school, man. Look at
know,
this.
bro. I wasn't ready for it, bro. I couldn't handle it. But
I'm sure he's gonna say, "I hope you're happy, Mission." Right?
I was the least likely to succeed. Look at
Yeah.
me. No, but anyway, So you went to Mac High. I always thought you went in Mission. So did you all live in Mission?
No, my father had a house in McAllen.
Uh-huh.
Right, 2204 North 25th and a half.
Okay.
Which is the same district that Rowley represents. Rolando Rios, the commissioner.
Orale.
Right? So we grew up there back in the day, man.
Were you there while you had the band?
Yeah.
Okay, I've been there.
And we practiced a lot there in that area.
I know. I was
Yeah.
telling my wife one time I showed up to your practice,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, you were real annoyed, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
Was I?
Yeah, yeah. They never wanted to get started, for us. Like, this is out of key, this is out of key. So, and I knew it because that's the way we were. Like, I would tell my guys, hey, güey, no van a traer a nadie para el pinche practice porque entonces se ponen mamadas y quieren hacer un show y la chingada. We need to learn these songs.
They expect a concert
And
from
so
you guys.
I knew when we walked in there, the look on Rick's face like, chinga, este vato, chinga.
Here comes the guy with the chaps.
They could have brought
Yeah,
anybody
no
else, but pinche.
Isn't this guy with the chaps who couldn't afford him?
Bro, that must have happened like 40 years ago, man.
40
And
years
I still,
ago, yeah.
I mean, those are just
Yeah.
memories, and
Do you
think-
still have the chaps?
Yeah. Yeah, I do,
In
man. I have a
fact,
couple of
actually,
them.
Voila.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
wearing them.
Thanks to Dr. T.
Dr. T. Yeah.
So we went to McAllen to your house there, and you all were jamming in the. And I don't even remember who invited us, bro.
I think I even had rigor mortis there one time.
Say rigor mortis.
Yeah, when Kike and those guys were there.
Yo canté con ellos.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yo canté con ellos con Petino y
Yeah, Patino, yeah.
Fred Gorena y aquellos cabrones.
I remember, because Rock is 100% right. There was a difference in the bands, but my introduction to rigor mortis was, hey, man, can we play Master of Puppets by Metallica? I said, what the fuck? You serious, man?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a high C, man, and you want me to
Yeah.
Lower my standards.
lower my standard?
Hey.
I actually sang the fucking song. Oh my God.
Give me some Jeff Tate or something.
Yeah.
Something manageable
Yeah.
for me. Jeff Tate
Sit
is a
down,
singer
boys.
that Queen's Reich, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
Yeah. So then, did you all eventually end up moving to Mission, or
No,
Because
what
your
it-
dad became the mayor in Mission, right?
Well,
How did
he
that
became
happen?
the mayor of Mission because he was the county commissioner for 12 years in Precinct 3,
Okay.
which included that area there, right?
Ándale.
So and then eventually, somewhere down the road, my parents got divorced. He went his way, she went her way, and my dad ended up living in, eventually ended up in Mission, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe about 6 years after he left the county commission, he decided to run for mayor in '98. And he was there till 2018.
And he knew the area, so he'd been working
That's
it,
right. He did.
and he won.
It was the same place. I don't think he could give it up. I think he had a real affinity. He always loved the county, but I think he had a real affinity for the people in Mission. So he stayed there for a very long time.
What
20
do you
years.
think was the affinity there?
I think that, Western Hidalgo County has a different value system back then. And I'm sure there's still a lot of people today with an excellent value system. The language, the lingo, kind of like in Stark County, there's always a little something in the way they speak, right? So
Yeah.
he could identify with that.
Yeah.
When you get to McAllen, it's one thing. When you get to PSJ, it's something else.
Yeah.
And it's just, even though we're right down the road from each other, there is a massive difference in the way.
Mission is not landlocked.
It-
Like
it's not-
McAllen,
that-
because McAllen,
that's right.
it's landlocked.
Well,
dude.
they are landlocked east to west because you've
Yeah.
got Penitas, La Jolla, and Palmview.
But it just feels spacious though.
But it goes north. I mean, dude.
Well, we've got Palmhurst, and then we've got Alton,
And it's growing
and it's growing,
big,
right?
man, yeah.
But there's areas there that Mission's able to, But I think what you're trying to say is that we've got areas that can still be developed, right?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I wish people would start building up instead of side to side, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what's happening around here. Nothing but apartment complexes
Yeah.
because McAllen is landlocked. I
Yeah.
mean, they've got Edinburgh to the north. They do have a little strip north of on Ware Road that they've over
Right.
there, but then it turns into Edinburgh, getting up on the Cristo. So,
Yeah.
so McAllen is growing up. Mission, you still have some. I freaked out, dude, because the other day I took 107, and we were going from Edinburgh to Rio Grande City. And we decided to take all of 107 until we got to Jarochina Road. Jarochina Road.
Right.
And there's so much business and industry over there, dude.
Yeah, it is.
It's crazy.
I think the problem with 107 all the way over there, I don't know. There's got to be a more logistical way of being able to set that up. I know that when Otto Brand was the mayor of Mission, he drew a lot of credit and a lot of criticism by some people. But I think the biggest credit to was his vision and the way he, structured things.
Yeah.
And the way it grew, right?
Yeah.
Whether you liked him or not wasn't the point. The point is that he managed how the growth was going to take off,
He was a visionary.
A visionary, yeah.
Yeah, because that guy, I remember hearing an interview with him, and he said, in order to be the leader of a city, you can't think a year ahead. You have to think 10 years ahead.
True.
So where do you think a mission would be in 10 years or will be in 10 years?
Well, if there's no change to the guard, I mean, probably nowhere. I mean, there's got to be someone who has their vested interest has to be the same interest as all the other people that live there, right? But you can't, you got to separate yourself from the political cliques, the political groups, right? And even the political parties, and I've told everybody, listen, you got to make people a priority, number one. But I think that, the idea that he had about taking 10, 20 years from now, look, I'll give you an example. Water is going to be a big issue in the next 5 years, 10 years, right?
Yeah.
But yet nobody talks about it. In Mission, we've had a problem with our sewer system. Nobody's doing anything about it. We're at 92% capacity. So you have to ask yourself, hey, where, I mean, is this deferred maintenance? Are we kind of setting it aside, ignoring it? So, but good leaders always think like Otto Brand said, hey, 20 years ahead, not tomorrow, not 3 years from now, but 20 years, So somewhere down the road, we've got people that are still being remembered today. They weren't remembered right there and then, but it's the impact that they had over generation after generation, So Mission needs to start thinking a little bit bigger about where it wants to go. And you need independent, financially independent people that are willing to do that. And that you got to sacrifice to do that,
Yeah. Yeah. And your dad, he really paved the road for you there, man. And what kind of lessons did your dad did you learn from your dad, man?
My dad was one of those guys.
Because you got to be wise to be able to run something like that and be able to put up with people's shit too, and then be able to, accommodate. And there's all kinds of issues.
There's two things I learned from my old man and my grandfather. Well, let me say it this way: two people.
Okay.
My grandfather was a firm believer que decía, lo más decente es decir la verdad. And my father was the same way, almost brutally honest, almost to the point where you say, I don't like that guy. He's so damn honest that it bothers me. But today, we're so far removed from the truth. Everything is an illusion, you know what I mean? And then
reimagining.
Let's
reimagine.
And social media and the picture moment and the illusion of something that we're really not. And my father used to say, hey, whatever you do, it's not worth getting into trouble. It's not worth losing your reputation and your family for it.
See.
And I think that sometimes today, for whatever reasons, we've gotten a little bit loose on the values, and it's, a little white lie is not going to hurt, but it does sometimes.
And I think social media has really helped, add some steroids to that, because anybody can put anything on social media and everybody's going to believe it, or the people that, even if it's true, the people that want to believe it are going to believe it. And even if you show them facts that it's not what they want to believe. They want to believe this.
Tell me, you're 100% right. Struggle so much to give people the best information, and like they say in Spanish, la verdad a veces desacomoda, and it the truth bothers people sometimes. But hey, you want to complain about something, but yes, when they tell you the road, the most honest road,
reality,
yeah,
common sense,
we can get there, man. But you're just gonna have to get up in the morning and work it out.
No, hombre.
Oh, man,
I play video games till 4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
what kids now do.
They want somebody to come up with a magic wand. It's not that way. In Mission, we got 88,000 people. How do you get everybody to understand that we have to be kind to each other, truthful with one another, and we have to respect each other? In Miguel Alemán, they got that statue que dice, el respeto al derecho ajeno es el camino a la paz.
Yeah.
But yet,
Well, a lot of people have motives behind everything they do. And some of them are good and some of them aren't. And some of them they feel are good and they're not. And if you tell them they're not going to want to believe you because they believe what they want to believe.
That's right.
But at the end of the day, you got to put everything together and make the wisest decision that'll benefit not just this person or that person, but the entire community.
That's right.
That's what you got to do, right?
That's what you got. And I think that the catalyst to all this bad, shitty government are political parties and rubber stamping people. Are you with me or are you over there? Instead of having people that can say, look, I don't want to think about political parties right now. I want to think about you. Rock and roll James. Well, how old is he? He's 60. Can I get him to do this? Yeah. Can we use him? well, we can't use him because, the guy's a Republican or he's a Democrat.
I'm an I'm an independent.
There you go. And I think that today
and he's not 60.
and he's not 60.
Not yet. Not yet.
That's right. 59, right? But
And holding.
I think that today, if you prioritize the need versus the selfish political interest, you're gonna get more shit done, man.
Yeah.
There's no way around it. You're gonna get more shit done.
It's always got to, if you're in it for the greater good. I mean, and something that's realistic and common sense, and let's move forward with it and figure out a solution. But technology is just going so fast, man. I mean, I tell my wife that by the time we learn. Back during the industrial age, we'd get a machine that was better than the one before. And by the time they'd make one better than that, we already mastered that to where we just had to learn a little bit more.
Yeah.
But you get your phone updated every freaking week. You know what I mean? So it's updating constantly. Once artificial intelligence comes in, they're going to be, they're going to be updating themselves. And we're going to stay way behind trying to catch up, dude.
Well, I think that a lot of the stuff that we do today makes us lazy and we become obsolete, and, look, you exercise the body to try to stay healthy and stay fit and stay strong and avoid Dr. T, right? Even though we like Dr. T, right? We like him, right?
It's inevitable.
It's inevitable, right?
Yeah.
But we want to extend that. And I think that the brain and our ability to socialize with people is something that we need to practice at.
Yeah.
And if we don't see each other, we don't touch each other. I mean, not in a weird way, but hey, shake hands and como se está. When we socialize that way,
no es así,
we're losing that.
Los chavalos, I mean, they walk past you and they're looking down. They don't even want to look to the side.
Yeah.
And they're on their mobile device. That's the way they're growing up, and that's the way they're at home and all day.
They walk into a room and they look awkward,
yeah,
and they don't say anything,
And it's making the mind a lot weaker because all we have to do is ask Siri, and you do get information, and if you want to absorb it and hold on to it, you can. But our attention span has gotten so small due to the fact that we're just constantly scrolling video, and sometimes we don't even see the whole video. We'll see like the first 10 seconds and then the 10 seconds. You know what I mean? So it makes the mind weaker and easier to manipulate. And now they don't even have to spell whole words. We talk in acronyms, OMG, LOL, if I would be put in jail right now, would you know your mom's number to call her?
No.
No, because it's
speed dial, baby.
It's under mom's cell. Yeah. I never see the number. Back in the day when we were growing up, dude, we knew all the phone numbers.
Yeah.
We knew grandma's number, tia's number, tio's number,
and
primo's
they were all
number.
landlines.
Yeah.
And I still remember them now.
Yeah.
I remember my home number, 687-2310, baby.
565-5922 that I have.
right.
381-1482 is mine.
I called my mom a lot because I was always in trouble, right? But no, man, we're getting into this this new era in life where it's the technological.
It's an overconsumption.
Well, let me say something for us guys that were born in the 60s. And I think that when we were coming up, Rock, I mean, we had guys in high school that were smart. Mm-hmm. And I think the only thing we could add to anything was common sense, right? Because we knew what it was like. Like, don't walk down that alley, you're going to get your ass kicked, right? And you had a feeling about shit. And I call it a spider sense, right? Mm-hmm. But today, everybody's smart and nobody has the spider sense. Mm-hmm. So I get these young lawyers that say, man, how did you know? I can hear somebody walking in, and even with Yesenia, sometimes I'll tell her, you're wearing boots. Because I listen to everything. Mm-hmm. I'll tell her, hey, man, you're wearing boots. I'm on the phone with her. I can say, fuck, you're wearing boots, And the other day, a friend was talking to me. He says, hey, I can't tell you who it is. I said, it's John Doe. Fuck, how did you know? I said, because everything you've told me, I processed it. And, well, where did you learn that? Fuck, dude, you got to take me all the way back, man. And my father used to say something. He goes, look, you're a lawyer, but call me mijito cuando salgas de la escuela de la vida, because you don't know shit yet.
Yeah.
And guess what? That is a special skill that I think it's only found in guys our age. So we can't retire, Rock. You know why? Because these young guys are always going to be calling on us because we hold an invaluable tool, a talent that you can't get it nowadays.
Yeah,
they're on the phone all the time.
Yeah, it's crazy. I went and I spoke at a college. At my daughter, she had a what was the class? Broadcasting
Broadcasting.
at the college. And so I was like, wow, I'm going to talk to a college class, right? So I went, and so, fortunately I have the gift of gab. I do stand-up comedy. Yeah. I could tell you a story and make it entertaining and give you a message with it. And I went and I talked to them about my career and how I started. And most of my speeches are about work ethic, dude. It's like consistency. You got to keep doing it. And the more you do it, the better, right? The better you get. And so I said, anybody have any questions? And there was a man on the floor because the place was packed, and he raises his hand. I said, yes, sir. He said, I'm not a student. I'm a professor here, but can you explain to the class that it's okay to start from the bottom up after they leave college?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's the best education you could ever get.
Right. That's right.
You go start at the first floor and then learn your way up to the second, learn your way up to the third. And before you know it, you're going to earn your way up to the top, and you're going to know how to run every floor. So you're going to be efficient. You're going to bring in profits. And then another company is going to look into it and want the same. And then that's where they start bidding for you. And that's where you make the money. But you got to work your way up. If you need to throw the trash because the cleaning lady didn't come today, throw the fucking trash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's our growing up, bro.
Yeah.
That's where we come from. That's why you're a very successful criminal lawyer, bro. And that's something that blew my mind too, because you were in the rock star deal, and me too.
In the business, right?
And none of the people I knew in bands were smart enough to be lawyers that I thought, And so I never would have thought. But when did you decide in your life that you were going to become an attorney? Was it in high school?
I think that. That's a good question, Rock. I could tell you that when you're young, you feel you got all the time in the world. So you say, look, but I think that's always been that keen sense, that spider sense that says, shit, man, I don't know where I'm going. I remember I told my mom, I had enough of this shit, playing with music.
Yeah.
And I was looking out, we were at a hotel, and there was a curtain that was split.
And how old were you here? About 21, 20, 19? Because when we met, you were like 19.
Yeah, between 19 and 21, right?
1985, 86, 87.
And I had been, and I was going to school and not going to school, but remember when we were young, you could see the sun come through a window, through a curtain, right? Yeah. And when our vision was better, we could see all the particles in the air. ¿Te acuerdas?
Yeah. Molecules. Yeah. And the mushrooms help too, man.
Yeah, right. Look at the particles, right?
Yeah. Say, watch that.
And so I said, you know what? I don't want to be doing this shit no more, man. I said, I'm going to go back to school. Yeah. And my mom, who might be watching this, I love her to pieces, but I told her I'm going to go. She goes, what? We're having a great time. You can always go back to school. Now she says, I never said that to you. I never said that to you, cabron. I tell you, I got to school, right? Yeah. And it was the other way around. So I think that the gift given to me by God was a little bit of wisdom, and the ability to sense that shit was changing, man. And it's funny, that kind of talent it would keep you out of trouble. I had to padlock the door and put a fucking chain to keep the bad dudes away. And one of my friends who is still alive, I love him to pieces, Paul Bonilla, used to come over. He's a little bit bigger, and I don't know if you remember him. And he would bring, at 12 o'clock, he'd bring a six-pack of Budweiser and a pack of Marble Lights. And he would run all the other fucking guys away and say, hey, man, we're going to drink this, Rick, and then, hey, you all need to let this guy go back and study. I literally had to padlock doors and shit like that. So I don't know. I think God puts you where he wants to put you, no matter where you start off at.
So when you decided, you went to Pan Am?
I went to Pan Am. Okay. And then the first test I took, one of my English professors, Hamilton, cool guy. He says, what the fuck is it? You wrote this paper and it looks like a Scantron. I swear to God, Rock, he says, this is a fucking Scantron. Because I don't know where the first word begins and where it ends. There was no transition. There was nothing. He goes, run-on sentence and shit. And he's the one that took some time. And he was I don't know if he's still alive or not. I think he is, but he liked Bombay gin. And I don't know if you remember, Rock, I was a fan of dry gin before we'd go play, because as a singer, you needed that energy.
See,
and if you're playing,
courage
to get up and
be there,
and the energy, right? So I would drink a little gin with him, and he took the time, dude. It's weird. I had people, Dan Alvarez, my ex-girlfriend back then, Annette Nevares, her dad was the president of UTPA at the time.
Okay.
So Dan Alvarez. Who else? There was a few professors, dude, that God just threw in my way. Said, hey, dude, Dr. Hinojosa. I took a test with him, a political science guy, right? And I got a 78. I said, man, I got a 78. Estás bien pendejo. I said, why? He goes, pues, what's his face? Got 100, bro. And you got a 78, and you're happy with a 78. Really pushed me. Dr. Cardenas, my economics professor, también. So I started getting the animal and get the bug, and then
you've always been competitive.
Competitive. That's what it was.
So you know what? I mean, when we're singing, we're competitive.
Competitive. That's right.
That's what that you wanted to be better than everybody else, and that also helps you really tie yourself down and really push yourself, right?
Yeah. And I think that the other thing is that when we're playing with the band, Rock will tell you, and we don't need to get into all the details, but you see some of the worst in humanity, man. You see from drunks, homelessness, prostitutes, people that are willing to do anything, drugs, anything to get
gluttony at its most.
Gluttony at its most. So you see all of it. So I tell some of my friends, well, one of my opponents said, well, I was a Christian when I was 2 years old or whatever, right? But I'm not, again, with all due respect to everybody who's brought up that way, right? But not everybody's tempted the way we were, Rock. And when you're tempted like that and you fall to it, and you can come back and survive it, and you go, it's kind of like getting initiated into a gang. You're running down that road and everybody's kicking your ass. Life is kicking your ass. And if you come out of it on the other end, you come out better or weaker? For me, I came out, better. My former boss, Juan Hinojosa, went to Vietnam. I can tell you, I know he smoked some people out there, unfortunately. He came out better. He said, shit, man, I came out there. I was just happy to be alive, and I decided to go to Washington State University. He's a graduate of Georgetown University. Mm-hmm. So it had a positive effect on him. Not all of us react the same way, but that kind of adversity, that kind of, going through obstacles like that, when you see bad things like that, you either just give up or you keep pushing forward. And I think that that's probably one of the common things that we've got, Rock. That we didn't let the hood just grab you, swallow you up, and spit you out.
Well, I went through some pretty trying times with the hood and everybody from the hood, and I survived and I finally snapped. And luckily, I did. It was by God's grace. And I've been able to stay clean since. But we were playing back in the 80s, dude. My band was the biggest druggy, alcoholic band there was. I'm sure we had that reputation all over the place.
Yes, you did.
And
I was going to say, for all the listeners out there, yes, you did.
You lived up to the reputation.
Yeah, pinche Mali crew no trae nada.
Yeah, that's right.
Éramos los Mali crew. Show that picture again, babe, so they can freak out with me, man. Look at that. Puro desmadre, vato.
Out of that clutch of guys here, bro, I will say you're the best looking guy.
Yeah, man. But, man, we had some good times back then. So then you went to UTPA. Did you go to any, what legal school did you go to?
Well, let me tell you, I got out of Pan Am, and before I had gotten, in high school, I went to, I worked for Juan Hinojosa. I love the guy to pieces. I went to Pan Am, graduated, was his administrative aide. Worked closely with a guy named David Diaz. I learned a lot from him too. Great writer. One of my close friends when I was there was George Powell, a retired attorney now, that big influence on me when it became, the legal aspects of it and how to be a better lawyer and how to talk and how to, Juan helped me with the politics and some of the legal stuff. George was a big influence on the legal end of it and what to do, what not to do as a lawyer, right? Very honorable. Both guys, very honorable guys. Mm-hmm. When I got out of Pan Am, I had an opportunity. I didn't know, what I was going to do. So, even with everything I'd been through, because I graduated probably at the bottom of my high school class, because that's when I was running with you guys, right?
Éramos rockers.
Rockers, right?
If we got A's, it was like bad for our, our reputation.
Yeah. So it really was, man.
Por eso no agarraba A's, yo, baby. Por eso.
Yeah.
So I went to Thurgood Marshall, got accepted. I owe those guys the world. Some of the toughest guys that come out of Thurgood Marshall are tigers, man. I mean, literally, they live up to the name, man. Tigers. We got a lot of great defense attorneys, litigators that went to TSU, Thurgood Marshall, right?
Yeah.
My heart goes out to them, right? Because they gave a miserable, guy like me a chance, right?
Yeah.
So I get out there, I start working. I go back to Juan and to George. And then after a while, I just decided to go out on my own.
Yeah.
But funny, when I got my test results, because my dad would call me every once in a while and say, hey, man, God, man, it's late. What are you doing? I said, I'm reading. Are you almost done? I haven't gotten through the first book, man. It was kind of like learning Chinese all over again.
I know. Dude.
So when I finally passed the bar, I called him and I told him. Because he used to tell me, don't worry about it if you have to take it more than once.
Did you have to take it more than once?
No, I took it one time.
Wow.
Both of us, both parts of it, yeah. I did very, very well, I must say.
Oh, yeah?
My score is available online now.
No fue un 78.
No, it wasn't a 78 by then, bro. So and Yesenia knows the story because my dad calls me like at 9. I call him, right? I'm in tears, bro. Dad, I passed the bar. No, hombre, mijito, qué bárbaro. Que aventates, vato. My dad's word, right? So he said,
You said, asústame
one time, literally, right? Stark County style, right?
Yeah.
So he says, tonight, ahora, mijito, en la tarde, deja hablarle un juez to swear you in y vamos a hacer una pachanga y todo. Toda madre, man. He was going at the fairway, right?
Uh-huh.
He calls me again at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, bro, about 3 hours before the party. He goes, oye, mijito, can you check one more time ese pedo de la escuela? ¿Por qué? Dijo, es que estoy gastando chingos de dinero en la comida y la cerveza. Dijo, no me vas a salir con una pinche pendejada, que no pasaste. So it was funny. He laughed, right? We laughed about it. But my relationship with my dad was very close because we were so close in age.
That's wonderful.
Very close to him.
That's great, man.
We tore up a lot of bars, bro.
Yeah.
Together. Yeah, we sure did, man.
Yeah, and I followed your career. You've had some very challenging cases,
I have.
and you've won some cases that wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that just shows how good you are. The name of your firm is.
It's Rick Salinas Law Group, but it's really Salinas Flores Attorneys at Law because one of my Salinas.
Es verdad that ahí.
Right there you go. Yeah.
Law offices of Salinas Flores.
And people say, why did you happen it? Because my dad was Salinas. I spent a lot of time with my grandmother, and her maiden name, her last name was Flores, right? So we have a strong family on both sides, por el lado de los Salinas y por el lado de los Flores, right?
Yeah.
And not to minimize my mom, because ellos son Muñoz, and por el lado de los Muñoz, it's another gang, man, of family members, right? Muñiz out of Roma, Garceño, La Rosita, Los Escobares.
Stark County.
Stark County, baby. I'm telling La Grulla. I am very much in love with Stark County.
Sí.
Yeah. I ain't giving that one up, baby.
Yeah. El otro día puse un picture de la casa que está ahí arriba del hill antes que estás llegando a Rio Grande.
La de Blas Chapa.
La de Blas Chapa. And I was like, what is the story behind this house? And apparently it belonged to a judge, a county judge or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know the rest of it, but it did belong to him. I don't know if they ever finished it.
They never. Then I saw some videos on YouTube of like those guys that go into like abandoned homes and
Like
some people say the house is haunted. Puro pedo. There's no ghost there, man. That's me. I know.
Pues vamos a quedarnos ahí una noche, okay?
No, thank you. No, thank you.
And then they've got that hotel in the middle of town with the Laborde.
Oh yeah.
Ese sí está haunted.
Yeah, but no, you know what, Rock? I stayed there one time, bro. It's cool.
See?
Yeah, I said, I'm going to pretend I'm this guy from Minnesota, white guy, and I'm going to stay here, right?
Hey.
It was cool, man. It was all right, man.
Dude, I walked in there one time. It was like walking into a time capsule or something.
It is.
What's it called, that place?
It's called
Laborde.
the Laborde
House. Yeah.
The Laborde?
Yeah, and back in the day.
Laborde House.
Laborde.
Yeah.
And back in the day, there was steamboats that would come down the Rio Grande River and drop people off in Stark County, and they would stay at that hotel. And you walk into that hotel. I don't know. I haven't walked into it in a long time, but it's like you're walking into another era.
Time capsule.
And then you walk into the bedrooms, and it's like old school,
old
dude.
school
I
stuff,
mean, it was really nice. I could just imagine old school people dressed up and, dignitaries and shit in there, right?
I would dress up like that, take a bottle of wine, a couple of cigars, and just hang out and pretend I was in 1912. Right.
Nos quedamos ahí, ¿o qué, babe?
No, thank you. No.
It says it was built in 1899 by merchant Francois Laborde.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you live in Mission now, right?
I live in Mission, yes, sir.
And ladies and gentlemen, Rick's running for mayor of Mission. He's following his father's footsteps. He wants to be the leader in town, and he wants to really bring back the city or bring it to where it's at, right? What do you think is needed in Mission right now?
You need independent leadership. You need someone that that's not taking political sides with political parties. In fact, something slipped out of my mouth the other day. I said we don't need. The only party I need is a priority party, which is a party dedicated to prioritizing the needs of the people, right?
Sí.
But there's so many things, it's a laundry list if I went through it, and sometimes I get sick of repeating it, but you almost have to because you got to tell people over and over and over again. One of the biggest problems we have is infrastructure and our sewer plant, our water plant, and our problems with our sewage capacity. And we've got a problem with our bond rating. We got a problem with not having enough funds in our general fund. We have, it's a whole host of problems. It's my criticism has been not that Mission doesn't have potential and not that the people in Mission are to blame. It's just a mismanagement issue. If you get the right guy in there, that's got his priorities on straight and is really thinking about just the people in Mission, him or her can get that thing done right.
Rock, I have a quick question from Scarlett 7830. Basic question: what are your core values? From Scarlett.
My biggest value, I think, is telling the truth. I know I lie every once in a while. I lie to myself. Wow, I'm a handsome guy. That's a lie. Probably.
Yeah, that's
I don't lie, bro.
Yeah.
I always tell the truth, even when I lie, dude.
Even when I lie, That's Tony Montana, bro. You okay?
Yeah.
But I think my
I like to call it embellish. I don't lie, but I embellish a little. The fish is a little bigger than what it really was. You know what I mean?
But my biggest core has got to be honesty, man. I just one of those guys, and even I will tell you, I'm one of those guys that's just brutally honest to a fault.
Yeah, because you're good at you're obviously got a talent at analyzing. Putting all the pieces together, analyzing and figuring out a solution.
Yes, I've had multiple trials, and I think that the biggest misnomer for attorneys is everybody wants to win, but the reality is coming to something that's fair for everybody, right?
Yeah.
On some of these criminal cases that I defend, I do family law and civil cases, but I've been known a lot for the verdicts on some of these criminal cases. But no matter what people seem to think, there's always a flip side to everything. And I tell everybody it's a multi-dimensional ability to view things, right? And through multiple, but sometimes we just, we give up on the fight and we make stupid assumptions and presumptions that we shouldn't be making, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes people, my father used to say, listen, dude, a lot of people just want to be heard. Get their side of what's going on, look at it, see if you can verify. And that's what we do. On a lot of look, if you're a real good lawyer, you'll have a good career. And in that career, 30, 40 years down the road, you may get that one case that sets you apart. I've got a whole bucket of cases that would set me apart.
Yeah.
Because someone like me, again, going back to the question, I looked at it honestly without making assumptions and without judging anybody. And I think that one of the biggest problems sometimes my colleagues do, they just judge you. And it becomes more about the money. Now, I've been accused of that. But for me, I like being a lawyer. I like fighting for justice and doing the right thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I answered the question, but honesty is probably the biggest thing that I've got. Honest to a fault.
Te voy a decir la mera neta. I'm going to tell you the truth.
Al chile, como
Aunque
dicen.
no te guste,
Aunque
pero
no te guste.
tenemos que hablar
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
The kind of profession you're in, it could be stressful, dude. What was the most stressful case that really drained you, man, in your criminal lawyer history, man?
A trial or just a case?
A trial or a case? I mean,
one of the worst cases I had. Again, I think I probably represented two people that I didn't find any redemption in there, right? But I would probably say 98% of the people I represented, there was some redeeming value to bring them back up out of the mud and out of the smoke and out of the fire and pat them off and wash them off and make them good people again, right?
Sí.
Right? But man, there's been at least two guys. And one of them in particular, I said, man, I saw nothing in there, man. And we ended up, he was such a scary, deadly dude.
Was it a murder?
It's like a serial kind of guy.
Oh.
And he was not serial in the traditional sense, but he was a very scary guy that nobody wanted to step up to the plate. And he committed a variety of different murders. And at the end of the day, nobody wanted to come forward. So we ended up cutting a deal for 20 years. And that's the only time I saw that guy smile, because he thought he was doing life or getting a needle.
How old was he?
He was a young guy, man.
So he's going to be still young when he gets out?
No, this was almost 20 years ago.
So he's out already?
He's out already, bro. And he must have been about 35 at the time.
Maybe he did get reformed, man. I mean, you never know.
Some of his friends got killed. Some of his friends that were chilling with him and hanging with him got killed. But again, it wasn't one of these deals that we took advantage of the fact that witnesses didn't want to come forward. It was just, hey, listen, at any given moment, somebody may come forward. You got 6 trials that we're going to have to go through.
Damn.
And today they're putting a sweetheart deal. It's 20 years for every miserable thing that you've ever done. And he took it. I never expected that to happen. But again, I think that what happened there was we don't want to try the case against this dude.
Yeah.
And I would have done my best to defend him, but I was concerned. I was concerned about the
Has there ever been a moment where you help somebody, not go to jail and the victims' families are like kind of bummed out about it?
I don't know if you remember. I don't mind speaking about this one. This happened back in 2019, and I remember there was that case with a young man that got burned out of Rio Grande, and they transferred the case from Rio Grande to Edinburgh, and that he got acquitted of the capital offense. Okay. And we went through about a week or two, and I told my staff, including the one other lawyer that was there with me, I said, hey man, go lock up your doors, because shit's gonna fly, so it does happen. And I think that in that particular case, my client had a 6-hour statement, a confession, and I think the jury just came to the conclusion that it wasn't an honest statement, and they threw it out, and that there were other things that were playing in part, and the jury took it all the way to verdict. I remember I even got into a fight with a judge who will remain nameless, because there were just things that were happening that I didn't agree with. And when you're in a case like that, Rock, you just want the judge to say granted or denied. Not because you really want a particular result, but because as a lawyer, you're obligated to protect the record. So if you're my client and the judge messes up and I don't do anything to protect the record, you can't take that shit up on appeal. So that's another thing. People, oh no, that lawyer's an asshole, whatever. It's not true. My obligation is to make sure that if I can't get what I want from the court before we go to trial and you get convicted, that there's that one issue out there, 2 issues, 3, 4 issues, whatever they may be, that an appellate court can look at and say, you know what? He deserves another trial because the judge screwed up. And sometimes people just misinterpret that because they don't understand the necessity of way lawyers are supposed to protect their client. Irregardless of whether... We don't know the truth. The only truth that matters is the one the jury comes up with.
Yeah.
The prosecutor's got his, I got mine, and the only one that matters is what 12 people say. That's all that matters,
What do prosecutors say when they find out you're the one defending?
Something. Oh shit, man!
Hey, I didn't mean to
I do. I get that, dude. Hey, age has its privileges, bro.
Take it easy on me, Rick.
I get frustrated sometimes because I've done this for such a long time. And a lot of the judges now are younger than me. Some of the more viejon judges, hey, respeto, right? Respect. But you get some of these young judges that haven't had, I've had over...
Como decía tu papá, vivido la vida.
Háblame cuando ya salgas de la vida, right? But I've litigated in front of juries probably well over 200 cases. And that's a lot because if you're trying 6 cases a year, and you put the number of years, you get an average. That's a lot of trials.
That's how you get good.
That's how you get good, bro.
That's the really education right there.
And the thing is that you said it right now. If you repeat something, you do it enough, you get real good at it. And if it's procedure, if it's evidence, if it's setting up the witness to say what you want them to say, even though that witness is not with you. I've done that a lot. Okay. I can get you and you think, right, he's this guy. And before you know it, you fell into the trap and you don't know how to get out of it, right?
Yeah.
Man. You become very good at that. So, it's a skill that, it's almost like taking a page out of that movie from Liam Neeson. I've got a particular set of skills. I will find you. I will catch you. I will kill you, right?
Yeah.
So, age has its privileges, man.
Sí.
It's good to...
No, y ya no van a venir muchos iguales, carnal,
No,
porque
they're not.
yo le dije a mis chavalos, they're millennials, ¿verdad? mid-30s. They dije, you all are the last ones to know what it was like to live without a phone.
Yeah.
A cell phone.
Yeah.
You all lived by going out playing baseball, having, doing outdoor things and socializing.
Yeah.
And now it's like everybody sits at the table and they get their phone and everybody's on their phone. Nobody's talking and, and it's getting crazy. But man, Rick, I really, when they called me Irma and asked me about, well, you had invited me to your event and I couldn't make it after all.
Yeah.
And I told you, hey man, you know what?
I can't remember what it was.
And then Irma called me. And then Bonnie talked to me, and I was like, Rick, call me, Rick. So I called you, and I was like, hell yeah, come on the show, because we got history, like we're friends, and we've known each other for the longest time. And even though we were rivals back in the day, that doesn't mean we're going to be enemies all our lives. There's no way, because we're going to be friends, you know? Yeah. And I really wanted you to come on the show, and I thought it was going to be fantastic, and I was right, man. You're a stand-up guy.
Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget when you go to the voting booth, in November 3rd. Okay, you vote for Rick Salinas 2026, and as mayor for Mission. Now, I want you to go to social media and follow him as well, because he's very active on social media, bro. You're always turning it on and talking, man, right?
I've got to take the skill. I got to take the ability to communicate, which is something I've talked about it before. And that the only thing missing on your deal is that our call slogan, whatever you want, is hope is here, because. And really, that's why I've had people, you're a Republican, you're this. Look, I took a page out of the Barack Obama book back in the 2008 when he talked about hope. Yeah. We're back in the same mess again, where people feel that there's no hope, right? So we want to come back and give it to them. And whether you're a Republican, an independent, a Green Party, whatever you may be, a Democrat, there's always, the thing that makes us live and get up every morning is hope, for something better, right? So I thought about it real hard. And the reason I use, going back to your question, social media is because sometimes people are hopeless because they don't have the right person carrying the message. And when you talk to someone and they feel that they can believe you, and you need to find a way to inspire them. And unfortunately, it's either by example, if I go climb a hill or something and they look at me and they're watching me, or by words to communicate. So I use social media as a tool, which again, I didn't grow up with it. But I use that ability to communicate, to get people to understand. I paint a picture for you. But if I do a Picasso, you say, well, why is the nose back here and the eyes are in the middle? No. When I paint you a picture, I want you to be able to see it. And when I become the mayor of Mission and I go out to try to do things for Mission, which is either TxDOT, the governor, other people, I need to be able to communicate the needs and the wants of the people in Mission. I'm going to do that.
Es todo, carnalito. Right. I know you could do it,
man. And if I have to, Rock, I'll sing it at the end. Oh, man,
at your own inauguration.
That's right.
Yeah, see you in Mission, my friend.
See you in Mission.
Hey, we'll have a party at the Luau Burger place.
That's right, bro.
Dude, that's right. That's Mission's best kept secret, don't you
guys? It is.
Luau.
It is.
We just
Everybody's going to Five Guys. Hey, we got Luau, baby.
Hell yeah, that's bro. Hell yeah, bro.
These burgers are greasier.
Rick Salinas for mayor of Mission, ladies and gentlemen. He's here with us, and it won't be the last time, man. This guy's got a lot of stories. And just listening to your history as an attorney, as a criminal attorney, and the cases and all that, man, it's very fascinating to me. And do we have anybody on the chat there? How many people we got, or like where are they from?
Well, let's do let's show Rick.
Shout out or algo.
Let's show Rick a couple of things. Lucy Gonzalez from Walla, Washington.
Oh, wow.
Bert G from North Dakota.
Okay.
Eduardo Palomo from Alpine Valley, Wisconsin.
Orale.
Ozuna 310 from Austin. Juan Cavazos from Chicago. And Theodore Cartman from Laredo. And Jason from Hondo, Texas.
Hondo, Texas, baby.
Man, I mean, we do have a potpourri of individuals from all over.
Wow.
So the word is getting out.
Make sure to follow Rick, and if you have any family members in Mission, make sure to call them up or send them a text or message or something and tell them that on election day they need to vote for Rick for mayor of Mission and Sherryland. We'll be taking care of both towns, man, right?
That's right. Yes. It's one town, but Sherryland, it's important as well. I mean, it's just, we need to represent everybody all the way from the east, all the way to the west, north, and south.
I love Mission. I go to Our Lady of Guadalupe Mission.
Yeah.
I go to the pizzeria by Eagles, by Mission Eagles. I teach at Mission Eagles a lot. I do the dual credit classes.
So is Madero part of Mission?
Madero is a few miles south. It's somewhat divided by raw land. A little bit of built, but it's out there, and it belongs to Mission's ETJ.
What about Granjeno?
Granjeno, it's its own municipality. The only thing we share is our sewage system.
Okay. And then you've got Alton to the north.
Well, but that's its own independent.
Yeah, they got their
corporation.
own school,
They got
everything
their own
like that.
schools and everything, yeah.
And then you've got what's the next town? Is it Palmview? Is it Mission and then Palmview?
If you go west, it's
or Penitas?
Palmview.
It's Palmview.
Penitas, and then La Jolla, and then Sullivan City.
Yeah, and then Sullivan City. Y sales de ahí de las maquinitas y te vas para...
You're entering the back, como decía, what's his name, Paul Diano, you're entering the battle zone.
Did you see him at the Villarreal when he came down back in the day?
We played with him.
Oh, yeah?
We opened up for
I was there.
for Battle Zone.
And I got to hang out with him in the back, man.
Yeah, he was already ya se miraba medio jodido
Sí,
back
no,
then,
yeah.
right? You know, he ended up passing away a couple of years ago,
yeah,
and he was on a wheelchair,
yeah,
right?
he sure was.
But he became a better singer after the 80s, bro. There was things that he did after that where I said, wow, I don't remember him singing like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got him. I got to meet him there, and he was waiting for some chloroseptic.
Oh, you know what's funny? Because I remember the last time I spoke to him, he had secrets, whatever. Remember, like
Secrets.
Secrets.
Yeah, remember those?
Yeah.
Secrets.
Yes.
They were like throat lozenges.
Yeah.
Sucrets. You all remember that?
And
folks?
I remember, I think, what the hell? This guy's gonna sing like that? But I mean, he one of the worst things I hated about being a singer is the rest of the band wouldn't go the fuck to sleep. And if you're not sleeping, if you're singing back to back, you gotta get some sleep, man.
Te cansas,
Te
bro.
cansas, yeah.
Your throat, and then we don't have strings to change.
No, we don't.
just have
And
the
everybody
throat.
else just, playing the guitar, doing whatever. And the singer, man, you got to get up and
And you emote. You're releasing energy and
That's
emotions.
right.
It's a whole,
hence the dry gin, cold dry gin, just to get me. You literally have to drink just to get up and sing, and then go to bed late because the rest of the guys don't want to sleep, and then you sleep all day, you're up all night.
Y chingo de rucas y la chingada. Back in the day.
Well, back then, now, very different, sir. Please,
Chingo de groupies.
I cannot affirm or deny.
I have a question for
De
you.
buenas que no habían cell phones back then.
Como
carnal.
decía,
Thank
like
Polaroids.
yeah, I play the fifth,
Yeah,
FIF,
yeah,
right?
Fauci, I might it 100 times.
I play the fifth. I play the fifth.
What were you gonna say, Chaz?
I was going to ask Yesenia,
God.
can he be romantic? Is that part of his repertoire?
She's gonna plead the fifth.
No, let her answer.
No. He always says tell the truth, right?
Yeah.
No, not really.
Not really? Okay. He has other
bro,
other
What's,
characters.
wait.
What is his redeeming in your opinion?
No. What is your pet peeve?
Uh-oh.
The Rick.
Well, let her compliment him
Combine him
first.
first,
What is the
yeah.
thing that you like?
You know
And
what?
then put him
Yo
down.
don't like it.
We're
like
gonna
it.
go home.
And
Vamos a
then put
salir
him down.
peleados.
And then put him down. But
Thanks a lot, Rock.
what is the thing you like?
You know what I really admire is that
Get real close.
it's his work ethic. He's amazing. But I think what got us really close together is that we both would sing together. So it was just that
Dale.
that feeling that
Sonny
we would
and
get.
Cher.
Oh yeah,
Right.
totally.
I got you, babe.
Pat Benatar.
Yeah.
Peaches and Herb?
Yeah, Peaches and
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, but it's just something about him. Like he can walk into the room, and it's just like wow.
Charismatic.
Yeah.
He absorbs the
Yes.
attention.
He has a James Caan type of flair.
Hey, dude, you have to have confidence in the business. You have to have. A lot of people think, but you got to have confidence in yourself.
And flair.
And I think that that's a good way to put it, Rock. I had thought about it that way, but I think that when,
I'm sorry, you're such a liar. He wakes up in the morning, looks himself in the
Yeah,
mirror.
Mr. I tell the
and
truth.
Yeah.
Y le hace, Al Pacino.
He's like, hey, pal.
And Saturday Night Fever.
Hold on. Let us end the talk.
Attica.
yeah.
He wakes up in the morning and then?
And he looks himself in the mirror. He's like, you know what, babe? I look good, right?
Que tiene rock and roll
Oh,
dance.
pero párate. I think the confidence you leave the house, right, and then when I'm there, doing nothing. I mean, that's one thing. But I think when you walk into a room full of people, and if it's prosecutors, FBI agents,
Oof,
DA,
yeah.
whatever it is.
Sí.
I mean, I've been doing this 33 years, dude. And let me tell you, I've made some, and this is a shout out to my friends out there. I mean, I've defended a lot of cases, but I've worked out a lot of cases that were very, very good for the public, just all together. And I think that, a lot of my friends at the U.S. Attorney's Office, which I really cherish that relationship, and some of my friends, I've had a lot of cases recently with the FBI, and people think that we're naturally antagonistic with each other. That's not true. As a lawyer, you want the best thing for your client, and we've had cases that we've been able to resolve that were really, we found justice, and they really served a good public need, a public good, And I'm proud to be about that too. I don't get enough publicity for that.
No,
but I don't, because the ones that get worked out, nobody gets any attention, right? But we've had good cases, good agents. There's a friend, I'm sure they don't want me to mention their names, but some of these older guys that I have a lot of respect for.
Yeah.
Un tocayo mío that's still there, that I consider him to be, classy dude.
Sí.
Real upfront. I wish we had more guys like him.
Yeah, man. So the pet peeve, what's something like
what
my
is it?
wife's pet peeve is that I leave my toenails on the nightstand.
Oh my God.
That's a big one.
What's-
But not only
what's
that,
your-
but he makes a little statue with them.
Yeah.
But Rock,
Little mound.
you don't want to go down that road. So let me tell you something.
Come on, bro.
Hold
Come
on,
on.
Let me tell you.
Do it. It's to
Your Honor.
She's the man, and I'm the woman.
That is so true, though.
You mean-
it is?
I got a lady living inside of me, man.
See?
It is.
A little
Sanya, what
woman.
is your
He
uh,
is the diva.
diva?
In this
Ah,
eres
relationship.
diva?
He
Yes.
really is.
Yeah.
It's like you walk into his closet and color coordinated. I mean,
Es
everything to the
obsessive
T.
compulsive, okay?
Beyond.
Yeah.
Like
See?
extremely OCD. And I think that's the reason he's so
Mira,
great at
this
working.
Very
is
Liberace.
This is
Oh, yeah.
this is the word. Even with my Ben, who works in my office, an associate lawyer, said, Ben, OCD, good for you, good for me.
My wife's like that. Yo, más o menos, ¿verdad? There's
I don't know
there's
about
certain
that.
things that'll
Yeah, I
bother me.
know.
I need to fix it, and I can't let anybody do my shit because I'm gonna change it.
Yeah.
I gotta do it myself. And I get to the point where I'm overwhelming myself because putting up with that social media, aparte de lo que estás haciendo, carnal, es chingo de trabajo.
It is.
Y tenemos que andar en el pinche social media,
Yeah.
carnal,
Oh,
también.
my goodness.
Es otro tiempo. Yo digo, antes trabajamos de 9 a 10 a 5. Ahora
Yep.
todo el día y noche estamos cagando y estamos trabajando.
Well, yeah, but you know what it is, Rock, is that as we get older and we have less time and you have more time behind you than in front of you, you want to make sure that you put it in the right place.
That's right.
So you always
Now,
keep
getting
your
back
finger
to
on
the
page.
case at hand, Esenia, please answer the question
Yes.
directly.
This guy's done a good job of
And-
misdirecting you.
Yes, enough.
He said he's got a woman. Oh, he said he's a diva.
Yeah.
That's
No,
what.
but
that's-
she-
No, but she hasn't explained yet.
Okay. if
So,
it's-
but is that the one, or do you have something else because is that so bad that he's a diva? I mean, what? is the pet,
No. I think
there
it
you go.
is.
So,
I
what is
think
the pet peeve?
It's usually what women complain about, and it's like, my gosh, why do you have to leave the freaking toilet seat up every single
yeah,
time?
that's
Right.
bad.
And
yeah.
then not only that,
Right, yeah.
he's like, flush the toilet, baby. He goes, well, what for? I'm gonna pee again. You
Yeah.
know, and it's like, come on.
Well, it's true. That's a man thing.
But let me tell you, he's from
If
the
it's
rancho.
yellow,
You know?
let
What do you
her
expect?
talk.
What do you
Let her
expect?
talk.
Hey, I'm
Let her
with you on
talk.
that, Rick. I'm
But I
with
can't
you on
complain
that.
about anything else. This guy is so neat. It's like, it's not even funny. You walk in and he's so clean and everything. I can't complain
Does
at
he
all.
cook?
And the truth, yeah, he cooks. Yeah, he does a
Our
lot.
barbecue, man.
Sí.
Yeah, he knows how to
It's
barbecue.
a hidden talent,
Yo
Rock.
también, carnal. Yo tengo una air fryer. Estoy desgraciado.
Yes.
Estoy desgraciado, carnal.
But he does have more cream than I do.
I do.
Yeah,
Sí.
moisturize. Gotta stay moisturized.
Yeah, his
Yo
moisturizer,
también,
everything.
carnal.
Cologne,
Sí.
crazy. But
What's his
yeah.
What's his scent that he
my-
uses?
No, he has so many.
Puro
Oh.
Creed, puro
All I
Creed.
can tell you is that, my gosh, he smells so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I will be
guys.
available for sniffing after
Demonstrations. When Rick wins, you can go up and
Yeah.
smell
Yeah,
him,
you can smell the guy.
and then
Yes.
get your luau burger.
You'll
Yes.
know I walked in, right? Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rick Salinas for mayor of Mission, man. All right, man. I had a good time. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind everybody on the 29th of this month, we're going to do our podcast live on Saturday in the afternoon, about 1 o'clock in Alice, Texas at Payne Alice Chevrolet. There's going to be a meet and greet August 29th, 2 to 3 p.m. It's the one right after the boxing picture, baby. And there's going to be some country artists there. Matt Castillo's going to be there. We're going to have Rick Trevino, man. You remember him from the 90s during the
I
Big
do.
Tejano.
Yeah.
So we're going to be out there, and we're also going to have Chris Marshall, a good friend of mine from the Payne Group as well. He'll be performing. We're going to be giving away free tickets. It's happening at the Payne Alice Chevrolet, August 29th. The meet and greets from 2 to 3. We're going to do the podcast from 1 to 2, okay? So make sure to join us out there. It's absolutely free. And then I'm coming back home, and I'll be emceeing and ring announcing the Mid-Valley Throwdown Boxing in the Mid-Valley August 29th, going to be at the Heinz Event Center in Mercedes, Texas. So there's no reason or excuse why you can't make it. It's right smack in the middle of the Rio Grande Valley. And then September 5th, Rio Grande City Memorial Stair Climb. I can't wait to be part of that. I'll be singing the national anthem and emceeing it, and it's in memory of the people who passed away or died or were killed on 9/11. So we want to invite everybody. I want you to go to their website, and it's Zeffy.com. Go to Zeffy.com. There's still time for you to be able to join the stair climb and be part of this first time ever event in Starr County, which is where Rick Salinas' roots are from. So make sure to go out there and hang out with us. I got to be there at 7 o'clock. So I had a concert to go to Friday night at San Antonio, Zach Wild and Zach Sabbath, but I'm not going to be able to. I was thinking I can go and make it home by 4. Ya me voy para allá a las 7. Oye, carnal, no tienes 25, carnal.
I know.
Tienes 60, tienes que dormir, carnal, you know? So I think I'm not going to make the
Or
Zach
buy
Wild.
one of those electric cars that can you risk not making it anyway.
Yeah, no, hombre, chale.
Rock, when we bring him back, we should have like a newlywed type game. See if they can match.
Oh, let's do
Ah.
it for
Yeah,
sure.
like, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. We got Rene Garza in a lot of trouble the last time. You know
Well,
Rene, right? The
the-
WI expert.
Flores.
Oh,
Rene
yeah, Flores. Yeah,
I
he's
said
my-
Garza.
He's
Rene
my
Flores.
cousin.
Just
My
be
cousin.
What the hell's wrong with me? Rene Flores. Well, I got the DWI expert right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
you
right.
Did, you did.
So Rene Flores and his wife were on the show,
Uh-huh.
and we had this. We gave him like a little
Dry erase
a
board.
dry eraser board. And I'd ask Rene, "Where did you first kiss?" And he'd say it, and then she'd put it, and they'd have to match.
Nada.
Nada.
None of them matched, I don't think,
Me
right?
dijo René, chingara, mi jefa anda en caliente conmigo. Porque I didn't get any right. Y que sabe que le dije, chinga, sorry, René.
Yeah. For the first time, his hair was out of place.
Yeah.
Hey, but you already told them, bro. So now they're van a hacer un study
They don't
hall
know
y la
what you're
chingada.
gonna ask.
Mira,
Oh, no,
René,
we won't. We won't.
René's actually my cousin.
Sí,
Somos sangre.
esa
Yeah.
toda
Yeah,
madre,
super
René,
nice
bro.
guy, yeah.
What a nice- Y
Super
ahí está
nice guy.
misión. Su mamá
He
fue
is,
judge
yeah.
también.
She's actually my cousin, but because of the age difference, we say tia.
Sí,
You know what I mean?
yeah. No, hombre, one of them, and his wife has the bell bonds
Yeah,
también.
that's right,
So they
that's right.
both came to
They
the
both
show.
came in,
No, hombre,
yeah.
bro, we had.
It was so much fun.
Y la música que estaba poniendo, bro, cuando estaba haciendo.
Was it match game or was it?
No, bro. It was.
Oh, the Who
Yeah.
Wants to Be a?
I think it was this one right here. And now it's time to play. How well do you know your significant other? And it's all about love.
It's exciting and
It's
new.
exciting and big.
Come aboard.
The love.
It's come back to you.
Rick, man, we love you, carnalito, right?
Thank you for having us here, man. I
Toda la
enjoyed it.
familia Salinas, Flores, everybody, bro.
Toda la raza, toda
Yeah.
mi gente.
Y te deseamos mucha suerte y a ver si te da la vuelta para acá antes de
We will.
Election
We
Day.
will.
Hacemos otro little sit down y un last shot para dar unos shout outs y decirle a la gente que se preparen, que voten. Early voting is going to
Yep.
start. When does early voting
The
start?
last 2 weeks of October is
Okay.
when it starts. So we still got about another, I guess, 5.5, 6 weeks before early vote starts. And before you know it, man, November 3rd will be here, man.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
is.
Right around the corner.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. And be sure to follow Rick on social media, man. He's active on social media. It's not one of those social media pages where, you know.
No. And it's
every
raw.
day-
It's raw.
And then,
No filters, none of that stuff.
and
It just-
he'll get on there and defend himself from smears and all that kind of
Yeah.
bullshit that goes on
Yep.
in politics. So
Yep.
you want to hear the truth, he's
The
going
whole
to tell you the
truth
truth and,
and
nothing but the truth,
baby.
So
That's
help
right.
you God. Ladies
So
and
help you
gentlemen,
God.
thank you so much. We're off tomorrow, Wednesday night. I'll be in Austin, Texas at the Styx Chicago concert at the Moody Center. So that's why we did the show tonight, and we enjoyed the show here with you, Rick. Órale.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, son.
We'll be back maybe the next time as the mayor of Mission.
Sí, le tenemos que poner una camera también
Yes.
a tu
Yeah,
baby
the next
doll.
time.
acá,
Yeah.
carnal,
I'm
Simón.
ready.
Next time.
Next time, yes.
Yeah, and they always come right like, no, I don't want to. And then at the end of the show, I want to be part of it. 'cause
Where's my camera?
it's the show is a lot of fun. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And this is like therapy to us.
Okay, hold on.
Te mandaron un shout out, okay?
I don't know what
Están
you did. What did
texting
you
each
do?
other, ain't they?
I know.
No,
How
we love texting
Stop.
each other.
Stop.
¿Qué te dijo, Rick?
Oh,
¿Qué te
you don't
dijo?
fucking want to know, Rock. Forget it. I'm already using profanity. You don't fucking want to know. I don't
dear.
think it's not a G-rated, or not even R-rated, bro.
Oh.
Text.
I know it's X-rated.
Oh my
Maybe
God.
Wow.
Z-rated, bro.
Behind the green door.
Behind the green door.
Ladies and gentlemen, you all have a wonderful evening. It's Tuesday night, Taco Tuesday. You ain't got some tacos, go pick some up before they close up. But you all have a beautiful evening, and we appreciate your support. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. By the way, I've got a couple of posters. Follow me on social media. Put that poster, baby, with the social media. I've got quite a few followers on social media, on Facebook, Instagram. There we go. 103,000 followers on Facebook, 13,000 on Instagram, 42,000 on TikTok, and here on our YouTube channel we have 41,700 subscribers, almost at 42. So we appreciate you. And then you can hear me on the radio in the Rio Grande Valley and in El Paso, Texas, playing your favorite classic rock music.
Wow.
Q94.5 and 92.3 The Fox in El Paso.
The last of the real DJs, no AI.
Bro, I just found out that I'm the DJ or the radio broadcaster that probably has more experience than anybody else in the whole company now.
Oh yeah.
I'm going on 40 years doing this. Crazy. Who would have thought, man? Right?
Who would have thought we'd have lived this long? Shit, man. I'm telling you.
Rick Salinas, Mayor of Mission. That's what we're going to call him after November, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to go out and vote. You all have a good one, and everybody, let's start waving at everybody out there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Life's sweetest reward.